Yo guys, welcome back to another video on our channel, and today I'm going to give you the no-nonsense guide to getting double kills with the ARC launcher in Black Ops 7. Quickly before we get to today's video, if you are new around, be sure to subscribe to channel notifications, turn on to any more videos on the channel. If you do enjoy it, smash thumbs up and let me know if you've got any more questions in the comments below. Let's jump straight into it right now. Okay guys, so anyone on the camo grind will know when you come to the launchers and you come to the ARC M1, you are going to need double kills for the ARC light camo, and it's the same with the arrow as well, but the arrow is super easy. And the reason that the arrow is easy is it's got a massive damage radius where it's just going to explode and just take out anyone sort of anywhere near that area, especially in hardcore. It's super easy. However, with the ARC, this is one of the most frustrating launchers I have ever used. The explosive damage is the tiniest little thing. Frag grenades have bigger explosive damage. If you put this near someone's feet, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to kill them. You almost have to get direct hits with this, or at least be within about 3 centimeters of your opponent. And as you can see, I did manage to get mine done yesterday, and I'm going to show you the easiest way and how I actually managed to get it done now. Before I get into the clips of me actually doing it, guys, I want to show you the class setup that I was running. So for perk 2, I would always be running fast hands. It just means if you do run out of ammo, you can actually reload faster with it. Perk 1, I was always running lightweight, just means you can move a little bit faster with the launcher in your hand. And then perk 3, you can sort of run whatever you want. Tracker's not a bad one to run, just so you do know where some of your opponents may be if you didn't quite see them. And then that is basically all we need to run. And now, thankfully, at the moment of recording this video, we have got Nuketown 24/7. I don't know how long this is going to be around for. It might just be the weekend. So I'm going to show you 2 ways of doing it. First one being with Nuketown 24/7. But either way that we're doing it, guys, we are going to come to hardcore, and we're going to select our game mode via hardcore. First thing you're going to do, like I said, is Nuketown 24/7 on hardcore. Or the other thing I would recommend is going to be hardpoint. And the reason I prefer hardpoint over any of the other game modes is simply because a lot of the times, if your enemy has the hardpoint, there's going to be 2 or 3 of them on the hardpoint. You can try domination. Domination can be okay because spawns are going to flip a lot less often. So it can be okay if you want to play domination. I did prefer hardpoint, but let me show you the right way to do it on Nuketown, and then we'll get into the hardpoint. So in the background now is a bunch of clips of me getting these double kills, guys. And you can see there was a couple different methods that I chose. And thankfully, when you're doing this, meleeing opponents counts as a kill. If you do 2 melees, you're going to get a double kill. It literally counts towards it. So what I would do a lot of the time if I was in a situation, I'd try and get in my opponent's building in the other half, and then I'd wait for one to come upstairs, get a melee on the first one that comes up, which means I've then got my first rocket ready to go, and I could just look for that next second person to get the double kill with. The thing with this launcher, if you do shoot once and get a kill, once it recharges, you basically have to shoot straight away again to be able to guarantee that double kill. If you wait any longer after a couple of seconds after it's recharged, you are just going to lose out on that double kill, because obviously this launcher is a charge weapon, so you are going to have to wait a little bit of time between 3 shots, but you do get 3 shots in each magazine. But like I said, once you hit that first shot, you've got to wait for it to recharge and pretty much shoot straight away as soon as it is ready to go to be able to get the double kill, which is why I like the melee, because you can get the melee, give yourself a second or 2 to actually look for the second kill, and then you can fire it away. Whereas if you get the first kill with the launcher and you fired it without even looking about, you've basically got to decide where you're shooting your next launcher and basically put it into an area where you're hoping someone is going to be as you shoot there. Which brings us on to the second point that I want to make with this. If you do get 1 kill from shooting or even meleeing, but you don't know where anyone else is, just fire a launcher in some random area. Fire it into the garage, fire it upstairs into their building, fire it into the garden. You just never know. You might get that second kill. You're not going to get the double kill anyway because you can't see anyone. So you may as well just take a chance at firing that launcher somewhere and hoping and praying that it hits someone, and it might give you a double kill. And like I said, some of the clips I'm getting a melee, then I'm firing it. Sometimes I'm getting 2 melees to get a double kill. And sometimes I am firing both launchers at once because I naturally know where my opponents are. I position myself in a position where I can get 1 kill, and then I know by the time that's recharged, I can focus on the other person and get another kill. It is pure luck. This camo challenge just comes down to pure luck. There's no 2 ways about it. There's no skilled way that you can possibly play this where you're going to be able to get double kills easily. It's not like an SMG. It's not like an AR or something like that where you can just run at your opponents, gun 1 down, quickly find a second kill, get an easy double kill. It's not like that. You are, like I said, trying to have to melee someone, and then you're hoping someone's going to pop up in front of you but stay there long enough so you can charge your second shot up and shoot it at them. It is just a nightmare. This challenge is genuinely a nightmare. I wish there was a, this is the super easy way of doing it. There isn't a super easy way. It's luck. There were some games I'd get 3 double kills in a game, then I'd go 5 games without a double kill because there was never 2 people together. Or if there was 2 people together, my second shot wasn't charged up in time, or I was too far away to melee them. This is the most frustrating launcher I've done for a while in Call of Duty, and I've done every single mastery camo that has ever existed. And then, like I said, if you don't have Nuketown 24/7, do exactly the same but on hardpoint or domination on hardcore. Look for smaller maps. If you get a big map, just back out of it. Don't play it. Just, there's no point. Literally no point. Get out of it and find another map. Get into a smaller map. You know, something like Hijacked, Blackheart, something like that. One of the smaller maps. Get into one of those, as it's going to be much, much easier. Because like I said, you can wait for that first opponent. As they run past you, melee them. Fire your launcher to get the second kill. Or you might find 2 people who are on the hard point at the same time. Fire your launcher in. But like I said, the explosive damage on this thing really is not that big, so you do sort of have to be a lot more accurate with where you're shooting it. And when I say accurate, I mean you're basically trying to hit your opponent. If you're not hitting your opponent, there's a very good chance you don't get the kill. And the last thing that I would highly recommend you guys, if you are doing this challenge, just do something else on the side. I was doing this while I was watching YouTube, I was watching a live stream, and I was just chilling out. When I tell you I was sat back in my chair like this, I was hardly paying attention to what I was doing because I didn't want to get too locked into the game. If you get too locked in and you're trying too hard with this, you're just going to get so frustrated because it's almost an impossible challenge to do when you're locked in. Just chill out, have a laugh with your mates, watch a YouTube video, or do whatever it is you're doing whilst you're going for this challenge, and just let it happen as it happens. Honestly, there is just no super accurate method that's going to get this done very, very easily in the space of 3 games. There's nothing like that. It's luck. You are going to come down to the majority of this being luck. You could shoot your shots. You could be hitting your shots in the right areas. You might not get enough explosive damage to take your opponent out. You might not get your second shot off fast enough before your opponent kills you. You might never see 2 people together at the same time to actually get the melee in the second shot. It is purely down to luck with this weapon. No matter what game mode you're playing, no matter what map you're playing, no matter what you're doing, majority of this is luck. But if you put the things into play that I have said about, you know, meleeing that first opponent and shooting the second, maybe going for 2 melees, getting yourself in a position where your enemies are running away from you in the other opponent's house on Nuketown, get the first melee, jump out the window, look for that next kill, fire it at them. And there's another thing that I actually quickly want to say. I know Call of Duty said there's no SBMM in this game. Let me tell you, my lobbies got way easier doing this. I was using the launcher, and I was particularly just using the launcher. I wasn't running about with my SMG, my AR. I would only use the launcher. In the first few games that I pulled this out after doing ARs, I was getting in the sweatiest lobbies. I was genuinely going 2 and 49 in Nuketown. It was a horrible experience, but I stuck with the process, and the reason I did that is because the worse I was doing and the more I was having really bad games on top of each other, the easier my lobbies were getting. And again, I know skill is minimally based, but I'm telling you, after 6 or 7 really bad games of the launcher, my double kills started to come along. The players I was playing against weren't as good. I was getting melees. They didn't even know I was behind them. I was shooting at them. Some of the clips you'll probably see, and they look like pretty botty players. So even if you're having 5, 6, 7 really bad games where you're getting absolutely tanked and your KD is taking a massive hit, don't worry about it. Your lobbies are just going to get easier. They genuinely are just going to get easier. I can tell you from experience, my lobbies got easier after having a lot of bad games in a row. So don't get frustrated. Just sit back, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey that you're going to be on. It will come when it comes. Do the things that I've said, and it might make it a bit easier. Well, it will make it a bit easier, and it might happen a little bit faster. But if today's video has helped you out, guys, please be sure to smash a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments challenge. Let me know your thoughts on this challenge in the comments below. Try not to get too frustrated with it, and make sure you are subscribed with notifications turned on. I'll catch you in the next one in a bit.